I didn't think this was something done by terrorists anymore, nor did I think this was done by any one man, even if a president. How does he get nanothermite? How does he get NORAD, the FAA, and our air defenses to look the other way? Or get access to the interior of all 3 towers? Or get 19 guys to kill themselves? Or get NIST and the 9/11 Commission to tank their investigations? Or keep the media quiet? Or keep a rival administration from exposing it? No. This seemed much bigger than even a president, and impossible for a man on the run. If someone like me with no budget or staff can find something clearly wrong with Building 7's collapse, how could an entire government commission fail to mention it in their report? Something big and strange was coming into view, seemingly coordinated and almost invisible, like 1,000 more puzzle pieces dumped out before me. I couldn't see the bigger picture yet, but I knew there was one, and it involved powerful elements of our world. This reminded me of a quote that struck me in Woodrow Wilson's book, The New Freedom. He writes, "Some of the biggest men in the United States in the field of commerce and manufacture are afraid of somebody, are afraid of something. They know that there is a power somewhere so organized, so subtle, so watchful, so interlocked, so complete, so pervasive, that they had better not speak above their breath when they speak in condemnation of it." I wondered if we were talking about the same thing, so I continued my research. I didn't even need to remind myself I was falling down the rabbit hole anymore. I was now fully expecting to see the unexpected. Remember the opening chapter, The Dog That Didn't Bark? It was a reference to a Sherlock Holmes story called Silver Blaze, in which Holmes deduces the culprit must have known the family dog, because the dog didn't bark while the crime was committed, as he normally would if a stranger were on the property. The same way the Secret Service didn't bark, by staying in the school. The same way real watchdogs like the 9/11 Commission, NIST, and the media didn't bark either. Lots of people, including politicians, the media, and emergency workers on the ground, knew Building 7 was going to come down well ahead of time, as impossible an event as that was.
But even then, they said, hey, you got to stay behind this line because they're thinking about taking this building down. They're not sure if it's stable or not. So they were holding a line off because they had knowledge that something was going to happen.
That by noon or 1 o'clock, they told us we had to move from that triage site up to Pace University, a little further away, because Building 7 was going to come down or being brought down.
Did they actually use the word brought down, and who was it that was telling you this?
The fire department, and they did use the word, we're going to have to bring it down.
You hear that? Keep your eye on that building.